A big g'day and welcome to another edition of the BFNL Footy Show. Looking back at round 5, my name's Yeendy. I'm here with the Messiah, Liam Brady. Thanks for joining us again, mate.
Yeah, good to be here, Yeendy. Looking forward to talking about a massive weekend of footy action across the region, mate.
Yeah, certainly cracking weekend ahead. And looking ahead to the first game, mate, back a smash. We're 51-point winners over Melton. How did you see that one go, mate?
Yeah, look, back a smash for shown. I suppose over the last 18 months, they're a really good outfit. Melton... look, as we've spoken about in previous shows, they're a side that would have hoped to play finals at the start of the year. Unfortunately for them, they lost a few games at the start of the year, and they need to somehow try and cause a couple of upsets in the second half of the season. Unfortunately, the weekend for them, they couldn't do that. Back a smash, showed all their class in the first quarter. They led by about 5 goals at quarter time, back a smash, and really after that the game was over. Melton certainly weren't disgraced, losing by about 50 points in the end, but it was really back a smash's first quarter which set the game up, and young Hamish Coulson was really good, kicking 4 goals. He's a young player who's played some great footy in the league. We saw him playing last year's premiership, and back a smash have been able to get some good senior players into the side, but Hamish is a really good junior that's come into the senior ranks and performed really well, so it was a good win all round.
They're able to get some good forward power up on the go, because they did drop, was it Riley Stoldryer? He kicked 3 goals in the win over Melton South. Well, he didn't play that particular game on the weekend anyway, so I know he was one that sort of stood out for mine that particular week. Good to see them keep that form going, because they are in some fine touch.
Yeah, no, they are, and they're going to be hard to beat. Look, Melton have to try and regroup now and try and get a few wins on the board moving forward. One
of the big games of the weekend, we saw Ballarat 106 defeat Sebastopol 83. A bit of heartache there for Sebast, because they were in front, 7 goals to 1 at quarter time. Surely they must have thought they were a shoo-in.
Yeah, look, 39 points up at quarter time. It was a great start from Sebast, and even at half time they still led by about 5 goals. So. They started the game really well. They've got, as we know, they've got a really young group, and they've showed on the weekend. And that first half of footy was fantastic. I suppose now the challenge is to be able to put that performance in over the space of 4 quarters. They weren't able to come out after half time and replicate the way they played in the first half. And to Ballarat's credit, they really got on top of the game through the midfield and really scored quite easily in the second half, kicking 6 goals in the third quarter and 7 goals in the last quarter. So they came away with a 4-goal win after being 6 goals down at quarter time. So it was a really good performance.
What does it say about Ballarat though? Because it's the second time they've had to come from behind where they have won games. Are they going to be a genuine threat this year?
I think that they'll certainly cause a few headaches to a lot of teams. I don't think they'll make the finals, but they showed that they're able to beat a good side in North City a few weeks ago at home. And I'm sure they'll cause a few more upsets throughout the season as the year goes on. They've got a very young group. I managed to see a bit of the game on the weekend, and they've got a very young group along with Sebast. So it's all about improvement moving forward for clubs like Ballarat and Sebast.
Another game that sort of raised a few eyebrows. We had Darley 20-goal winners over Mountain South. I don't think anyone saw that, especially when it was 18 goals to 2 at half time.
Yeah, incredible result this. I think Mountain South have a lot of work to do. Before the season started, they were certainly hoping that they would finish in the top 3 and push a premiership. I think everyone thought that was certainly possible. After the weekend's performance, where they've been beaten by 120 points, I think people would certainly maybe think that they possibly aren't a chance to win the premiership now. Where will they finish in terms of will they make the finals? Got a lot of work to do. I mean, Darley have had 27-37, over 40 shots a goal for a game of footy. That's more than 10 shots a quarter. They've been beaten quite convincingly right across the board, so they'd be disappointed with that Mountain South. And Darley, one of the premiership favourites. I think they've had, what is it, about 11 or 12 goal kickers on the weekend.
Yeah, they spread the workload around.
So they're going to be very hard to beat, Darley.
Yeah, certainly, and I guess we'll ask more questions about how Mountain South are going, because with Vol up there, it goes to show you can have the best full forward in the competition. Doesn't mean you'll get the 4 points.
Exactly right.
So they'll have a lot of room for improvement, and no doubt the last couple of weeks have been a bit of a reality check for them. As probably one of the big wins of the round, we had East Point 10-point winners over North Ballarat City. Fantastic win for them. Congratulations to the Kangaroos on being able to get their first W.
Yeah, great win, Yeendy. It's they've gone incredibly close in a few different games at the start of the year, and for them to come away with the points on the weekend would be really satisfying for Jay Bridges and the coaching staff. So really good win, and against a quality opposition in North City. Yeah,
as we've highlighted throughout the season already, that we suspected that first big win wasn't going to be too far away, and now they've got it. Now they can build on top of that.
Yep, exactly right.
Lake Windaree, 23-point winners over Sunbury in the other last game. there was very much not too much separating the two sides at 3/4 time, and Lake Wendouree kicked 5 goals, 2 in the second half to go. Oh, sorry, the final team to win that one.
Yeah, look, good win from Lake Wendouree here. You know, they come up against a side in Sunbury who's been playing some reasonable footy. I think both sides will play finals, and I think if Lakers are to finish in the top couple on the ladder, they needed to win this game at home. And yeah, look, Sunbury, you know, it was only 3 points in it at half time. Sunbury second quarter was pretty good, but Lake Wendouree actually trailed. Actually, no, they may have led. They led by 1 point at 3/4 time. So the game was still relatively in the balance at 3/4 time, but they managed to have a really good last quarter. You know, for Lake Wendouree, it's good to see Ben Hayes playing some good footy. He's had some injury problems over the last couple of years, and you know, some hamstring problems. And I think if Lake Wendouree had a challenge this year, they need players like Ben Hayes playing their best footy. So it's good to see Ben have a good game on the weekend.
Sensational. And Ben said as well, he not played. Oh, he didn't play on the weekend, and he kicked 6 goals the previous week in the win over East Point. So you take him out of the team. He's a 4 to 5 goal player. That was about the difference at the end of the day.
Yep, exactly right.
Fantastic, mate. Well, thanks so much for joining us here on the review of round 5 of the BFNL Footy Show. Look forward to catching up with you later on in the week.
Thanks, Shane. Look forward to it.